I feel paralyzed.
Yo, what is up people? Welcome back to some more Black Ops 3. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the Vesper and how good it is and how well it plays within Black Ops 3 multiplayer. Just quickly, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Call of Duty Black Ops 3 content. I've got loads and loads of informational videos coming your way, so make sure to hit that sub button and stay tuned with all of that. But, the Vesper. What this is a submachine gun. It has an incredibly high fire rate, the highest fire rate out of all of the submachine guns. Just before we actually talk about using it, what I'm rocking in this class is a quick draw grip, a grip, and a red dot sight. Optics, some people don't find useful in this class. I've seen a lot of people rocking the Vesper without a red dot sight or without another sight. In my opinion though, it just helps to increase the range and make you a little bit more accurate at those kind of medium range targets. One thing you will find is the fire rate is just incredible, and what that means is it really does kick you off at long distance. You can't really use this to try and pick off targets that are really far away, just because the fire rate kicks the gun about so much that it's just hard to be accurate. But one thing the fire rate is helpful for is just destroying those targets at close range. You will ultimately always win a gunfight. What I find within Black Ops 3 is there are a lot of people running around with a haymaker and destroying you. That's a shotgun, and that happened to me quite a lot whilst I was using the assault rifle. Someone would get me with a haymaker, but the Vesper ultimately actually plays better than a shotgun at close range. Just the fire rate absolutely demolishes people. You'll see in this gameplay I do actually get a couple of double kills and even a triple kill just with one mag, because this the fire rate on this just absolutely demolishes people if they're in your way. Obviously, inaccuracy is a little bit of a problem. That's why I run the red dot sight. And if you're trying to pick those targets off at a distance, for example there, you see I was trying to get that target a bit further away, it is quite hard to be accurate. And that's just practice, but ultimately, if you want to be accurate at longer range and you want to try and take out long range targets, you want to be using an assault rifle. The Vesper is pretty good for playing the objective. I'm actually playing TDM here, but within domination you want to play the objective a lot, and it's just really good for pushing because you can push around those corners and win those gunfights. One of the negatives though of the high fire rate is that you run out of ammo so quickly. There's no way to just, I actually can't comprehend it. If you are spraying and praying, the Vesper, sometimes you'll win, and that's fair enough because the fire rate's incredible, but if you're just spraying, you will run out of bullets so quickly. Here's an example of a double kill that I get. You see, that fire rate just absolutely demolishing those guys, but it just shreds through a magazine really quick and you have to reload. I'm not sure exactly how many magazines you get before you run out of ammo with the Vesper, but it really does get through. And that's one thing that I find useful, is to rock a sidearm. The sidearm is ultimately just there in case you run out of ammo, and if you're playing well, if you're playing the objective, and if you're trying to take out a lot of targets at once, you want that sidearm because you will run out of ammo. But you see, they're just pushing down this side, a lot of targets in the distance. I try not to engage them just because of that, the lack of range on this. But if you push in these kind of corridors, you see I take a target out there, there are just always people pushing through this little section, and you can be really confident with the Vesper just to push those targets. And you see 1, 2, 3, an awesome little triple kill there. I was so pleased about that. But that is probably one of the best features of this gun. It just absolutely demolishes people if you get them in in that sight, in the right target. Unfortunately there, I was kind of around the back. I did get into their spawn, but just too many targets. That's one thing I struggle at, just focusing on a lot of targets at once. It's quite hard to make sure you're focusing on one when there's about 4 different enemies, so unfortunately I picked up a death there. But you see, you can just watch these corners with the red dot sight. I find it actually really useful for making this a bit more accurate. Not the biggest fan of the iron sights on this, but the red dot sight just really helps you to make sure you stay accurate around those corners and take out those targets nice and quick. Another factor of the Vesper is the quick draw grip, and this is an attachment that I could really recommend to you guys. It's actually really good for making sure you can pull the weapon up nice and quick and start getting rounds into your enemies in those gunfights that you're not expecting. This really helps you to win them, and obviously the high fire rate is a huge deciding factor in that, but the quick draw grip really helps you in order to win those gunfights. I recommend it for people trying to play aggressively and really play the objective aggressively in games like Domination, but also just trying to maintain and hold those central buildings within TDM or Kill Confirmed. But there we go, guys. That is the end of this awesome Vesper multiplayer gameplay that I've got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for loads more unique Black Ops 3 content. Thanks for watching, people. I'll see you in the next one.